Hello and welcome to Witness. I'm Raghi Omar. Mental illness is a subject which is only just beginning to be acknowledged around the world. It's a catch-all phrase which refers to a wide range of different conditions which affect people of every age, race, religion and culture. But in some parts of the world, people are in denial about mental illness. Poverty, social customs and the sense of shame means that many people who suffer from particular conditions are just kept at home, or if their families can't deal with them, they're left to wander the streets. Amani Zain is a Yemeni-born British filmmaker who regularly visits her homeland. Yemen is one of the poorest countries in the Middle East and its health infrastructure is fragile at best. She decided to go and search for the truth about how mental illnesses are dealt with, if at all, in Yemen.
This is Aden in Yemen. I was born here. I've always come back for holidays, but there's a lot about it I don't know. Some things aren't easy to find out about, like mental illness. It's a particular problem in Yemen because a lot of people don't have jobs. Life is tough, and poverty is both severe and widespread. Saeed is a 30-year-old Somali refugee raised in Aden. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia 8 years ago. With the stigma attached to mental illness and the lack of support here, life for Saeed has been hard. He agrees to sit down and talk to me.
ايش يسووا لك هناك بالمستشفى؟
يعالجونا. في قلنا هنا مرض نفسية عصبية.
انت من يقول لك انك في جن؟
ايه الولد عقيل مريض حالة
يعني امك تقول لك انه في جن؟
لا مجنون تسمع.
والدكاترة ايش يقولوا؟
خليه يتحلل بنفسه
Saeed invited me to his house to meet his mother. Sahara works in Aden as a maid. She's been here for the last 40 years and she tells me Saeed's story.
وايش قصة سعيد؟ متى هو؟
بعدين هو شاطر صدق قد ويودوا له اوائل يجي اوائل وهو اول ثانوي يجي اول. بعدين خلاص عيال صايعين كل يوم انا اضربه واصيح فوقه اقول لا تروحش لا تسويش لا تروحش عند عيال لا تروحش كذا. على هذه حاله.
ايوه.
وراحوا المدرسه قالوا الله حتى يعني سعيد يعيب 10 ايام يجي اول. لما رحنا سلاقين معاهم قدرون اثيوبيا وهو صغير.
ايوه.
بعدين خلاص انا صدمت يعني دور ابني هسه هنا يمكن كلامك قال لي ابني الحين فين ولدك. بعدين قالوا ابنك خلوه بيع. بعدين هو قبل الغرفه هذه ما يروحش مع عيال يخبي. طيب بيسوي مصارعه بيكسر عليه التلفزيون بيصير عادي لا تخاف. يكسر عليه درويه قطع شوف ديما كله مقطع سكين.
يا ربي.
السكين هنا خرق سكين هنا سكين.
هو يقطع نفسه؟
ايوه بسكين. خلاص انا ودي عند الشيخ ودي تعس ودي صنعاء ودي اكلوا بياسي ودي اكلوا فلوسي اكلوا مال الناس اكلوا ذهب حقي. خلي على الله.
ايوه.
الذي يقول 50 الذي يقول 60 والدكتور قال دكتور هذا مش حق الدكتور.
ايوه يا الله. بس يا خاله والله يعين.
ويقول لي انا باقي سنه طول حياتي جنبك يا امه. كان باقي سنه جنبك ايش ربطني هنا؟
ايوه.
But I want to know more about the treatment he is now receiving. Saeed has an injection every 15 days and they let me come along with them on the next visit.
ايش الابره دي على سعيد؟ ايش فيها؟
Zahra gets the needle from the Mansoura district in Aden and the injection from Khomaksar. She's travelled for approximately 2 hours before the nurse can administer the drug.
هذا كل اسبوعين تجي هنا؟
ايوه.
تسوي
15 يوم شهر مرتين.
ايوه. يعني تهدئه هو؟
الحين الحمد لله.
الحمد
لله.
Saeed didn't want to stick around, but I wanted to find out more about his other past treatments. Western medicines have been slow to arrive in Yemen, and so far there's only one neuropsychiatric hospital.
I tell you, it looks pretty scary.
Dr. Khalid As-Salami is the head physician there. He offered to show me round. The first place we went to see was the men's ward. This is where Saeed would have been.
And how many patients have you got at the moment?
Now about 24 patients.
Can we go in? We can come in, let's go in.
It looked pretty depressing and really unwelcoming.
Most of them are psychosis. All of them are psychosis.
Our presence seemed to disturb some of the patients, which made me feel slightly uneasy.
We've got to get out of here now because they're getting a bit worried. What's going on over there? Is that what's happening over here? Ish fi hina? There's like a lot of shouting going on.
Patients from outside, they come. People that come from outside, I don't know.
In the distance, we could see someone being admitted by force. I was beginning to feel worried about what else I might see, and I was right. This is where they give electroconvulsive therapy, or ECT, a treatment that Saeed has had 7 times.
امين انا بالعلاج بسوي له هزه عقنا
حد يصلح لك بس بتصور. God, it looks absolutely ancient.
The course of treatment is usually between 6 to 12 times, and the current is typically around 80 volts.
I'll do it, I'll demonstrate. This poor guy's worried. Oh my God! So these 2 nurses will hold the patient down, and it's for a matter of seconds, دقائق.
With even the electricity off, the ECT felt like a brutal way of treating mental illness. Perhaps it isn't surprising that many Yemenis still have rather unscientific ideas about mental illness, like the evil eye. Dr. Khalid spoke to me about the problems posed by these folk beliefs.
Those are the main problems when people come. Is it mainly that they feel that somebody's given them a curse of the evil eye and they have magic?
Well, about magic, we are still struggling to convince people that science now is developed. Science can treat many things, and we succeed in the main cities, but up countries still we are going in a very close developmental approach.
So it seems that Dr. Khalid's main challenges was treating people from rural Yemen, like Sharif, who I met in the outpatients clinic.
من اللي سحرك؟
لا
ناس تعرفهم ولا ما تعرفهم؟
لا أعرف.
من هم؟ من اسمهم؟
فيصل وعبد القادر.
هلا عندكم في البلاد موجودين؟
أيوة.
أصحابك؟ مشعوذين إنهم عملوا لك سحر. وإيش اللي تشعر فيه؟ إيش عملوا لك في جسمك؟ إيش تلاحظ فيه تغييرات داخل جسمك الآن؟
خوف أكثر.
جالك خوف وإيش ثاني كمان؟ تاكل قليل كمان. يجي لك ضيق كثير؟ ضيق. شيء تبكي مع حالك بعض الأحيان؟
عنده حيدين.
بكاء. تبكي؟
قليل.
أنت ما فيش حاجة في الضالات، يعني إيش كيف تقضي وقتكم؟
تقضي يلعب يعني مع العيال بس أحيانا ينزوي.
لا عايش لوحدي أكثر شيء لوحدي.
So that was one case that we saw of an outpatient who's just come to the hospital to get some medication. And as we saw there, he lives in a place called Vala, which is the countryside of Aden. He believes that he's been given the evil eye, and doctors don't. You know, the doctors are going to give him some medication, but he doesn't really have anything to do. It's really sad.
Yemen is a deeply traditional country. Although it's an Islamic society, people in rural areas still believe in witchcraft and magic. To a Westerner, the evil eye may sound like something out of a 1950s horror movie. But in the Middle East, the concept is quite tangible. People who are jealous of you, your accomplishments or possessions are thought to have the power to harm you just by wishing you evil. In Middle Eastern folklore, the evil eye is generally thought to be a sign of trouble. It's very common belief that some people have evil eyes and can put a spell on you. There are many stories that I have grown up with, and some have just been stories, but there are others that have been inexplicable. Sahara herself believes that Saeed has been stricken with the evil eye.
After the break, we follow Amani as she asks how attitudes towards mental illness can be changed in Yemen.